Hello everyone, my name is Natalia Olivier and today I will talk about discourse and social media. When you hear the word social media, what do you think of? Maybe words such as Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Telegram, or WhatsApps. But first of all, what is social media? Social media employs mobile and web-based technologies to create highly interactive platforms via which individuals and communities share, co-create, discuss, and modify user-generated content. On the other hand, what is discourse analysis? Discourse analysis is necessarily the analysis of language in use. As such, it cannot be restricted to the description of linguistic forms independent of their purpose or functions to which they contribute to human interaction. This, according to Brown and Joel, 1983, as cited in Pascual 2014. Okay, this situates the phenomenon of language as a social action and a discursive practice that is linked to the situation in which it is produced and consumed. For instance, Foucault, as cited in Nurul 2018, states that discourse analysis is focusing on power of relationships in society as expressed by means of language and practices. So we can see that discourse analysis is related to social practice and power. Nowadays, social media has impacted the world. It is everywhere, just a click away on your phone. People are always connected, producing, consuming, and most importantly, communicating to reproduce the system. Alejani Kishi Health Foundation states that social media has become a fad of light for the 81% of the USA population who has at least one social media account. Indeed, they also said that Americans check their phone 46 times per day. In addition, for instance, like Facebook, it is the largest networking site with over 3 billion people using it monthly, according to Statista. So, in what ways can discourse analysis help to understand the power dynamics and social structures present in social media interactions? For answering this question, we can use critical discourse analysis that, according to Van D. 2004, as cited in Rule 2018. Critical discourse analysis is a type of discourse analysis research that primarily studies the way social power, abuse, dominance, and inequality are enacted, reproduced, and resisted by task and talk in social and political contexts. So, discourse analysis centers on the power of relationship in society as manifested through languages and practice. Indeed, we can observe the language used by military officials to recruit or professors to their students. In case we want to analyze language use in online use, we should answer the following orientation question for frame application that Nurul states. Is this a typical test of its type? Who produced this? Who will read it? Will everyone understand this test in the same way? Why was it produced? In what other ways could it have been written? What is missing from this test? How does this test reflect the wider society? What could we do about this test if we disagree with it? A phrase that caught my attention in Nurul 2018 was that those groups who control most dominant discourse also have more opportunity to control the ideas, minds, and actions of others. And of course, we should include the domination of social media too. The dominant group will work on base their interests and they will try to control talk and test. So, how do different social media platforms shape the language and discourse used by their users? Let's have a look at the following online news. Let's read the titles and try to think about the following question that critical discourse analysis research propose. How can groups with more power control the public discourse? How does such discourse control the mind and actions of groups which are less powerful? And what are the social effects of such control such as social dissimilarity? Okay, here we have 3 articles. The first one is the BBC. Venezuela's low economic recovery leaves poor behind. On the other hand, the New York Times with the title Ferraris and Hungry Children. Venezuela's socialist vision in Chamberlain's. And we have a third one from Telesur that says Venezuela lives a time of growth and hope, President Maduro. So according to the question given before, we can analyze these discourses. But what about our students? I think that we can teach them to analyze media literacy with the following questions recommended by Ferguson 2023. Who created it, for instance? Who is the target audience? How do they communicate their ideas? How do they want me to feel? What do they want me to do? How will I respond? To build a habit of inquiry, ask them more questions such as what makes you think or feel that? Or what is your evidence? But I don't want to finish this presentation without mentioning that multimodal theory could help analyze discourse and social media. According to Ruiz and Fortanet, 2015, multimodal discourse analysis are that all discourse is inherently multimodal and it is not possible to achieve a comprehensive understanding of a spoken discourse unless both linguistic and non-linguistic features are jointly analyzed. This includes not only language, but also other forms of communication, including auditory, visual, gestural, spatial, and linguistic. Indeed, Kress, 2010, in his book Multimodality, a social symmetry approach to contemporary communication, states that for the generation 8, 25 and below, there seems at the moment little or no concern about what were the elders and still are central questions of authenticity and legitimacy of authorship of certain kind of text. In downloading, mixing, cutting, and pasting, machine sampling, contextualization, questions such as where these come from, who is the original authors, signal the issue they once had been. So this appears to be a misunderstanding between the generations in 2010 and still in 2024 now, with the appearance of, for example, the artificial intelligence. And I want to share a part of the video about this topic.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. It's me, Ella. Well, a digital version of me. Just a bit older. Amazing what technology can do these days, isn't it? All you need are a couple of pictures, like the ones you share on social media, where they can be taken and used by everybody. I know for you these pictures are just memories, but for others, they are data. And for me, maybe the beginning of a horrible future. A future where my identity can be stolen just like that. Where I can go.
So, what is happening with human beings? I have to say that artificial intelligence and the advance of technology is not bad at all. However, we should be conscious to teach our children to be aware of this. So I would like to say that we should form students with critical thinking to recognize the truth in a fake world. We should make our students question instead of memorizing or only repeating actions. Questions around ethics proposed by Press 2010, such as who benefits or who suffers damage or hurt, who are social environments likely to be changed by this? How are social environments likely to be changed by this? So we should teach our students with this phrase that I would like to finish. Media literacy. Educators don't teach students to doubt, they teach students to investigate. So we need to teach our students to investigate. Here you have the references, and that's all. My contact information. Thank you very much.